Om Jnanashilakya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Madhusudnaya Bapuji Iti Namine Namaste Madhusudnaya Bhaktipat Priyayate Durlabha Krishna Bhakti Ati Saralkarine. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, shlok number 24. And as you can recall, this week Krishna has been talking about that whatever great man does, the common man follows. And subsequently, Krishna showed that even when he, who is the supreme controller, and Krishna manifested on this planet, even he was performing his prescribed duties. He did not just come, play the basuri, perform the Ras Leela, steal cha, steal makhan from the gopis, play with his sakhas, and just enjoyed. He also left Vrindavan. He went to Mathura, subsequently to Dwarka. He did not meet Radha Rani and the gopis and Yashoda Maya Nand Baba for 100 years. Why? To perform his duty. And so Krishna has been talking about that. That even when he manifested on this planet, he was performing his duty. Because otherwise, the common man would follow Krishna that, oh, Krishna came, he didn't do anything. Right? So Krishna was setting an example, he was leading by example, what all leaders do today. So in this shlok, Krishna is continuing that if I did not perform prescribed duties, all these worlds would be put in ruination. Everything would be destroyed. I would be the cause of creating unwanted population, and I would thereby destroy the peace of all living beings. So, when Krishna manifests in the form of a human, right, he takes on all of those same aspects, the responsibilities, the emotions, and every single feeling that a human has. He accepts all of that. And then Krishna, with that, accepting all of the human aspects, not only performs his pastimes, but also performs his duties. And one of the biggest example of where he accepted the human aspect was when that Supreme Lord stole butter from the gopis, and all of the gopis came and complained to Yashoda Maya. And what did Yashoda Maya do? She got so upset. Right? She began to run behind him because Krishna had also broken the pots of butter, not only in the gopis' house, but also in Yashoda Maya's kitchen. Right? So what did she do? She began to take a whipping stick. We read that in the Damodarashtakam, when the Damodar Aarti we performed during the Kartik month. She took a whipping stick and began to run behind Krishna. When she's running behind Krishna with a whipping stick, Krishna, that supreme personality of Godhead, from whom even fear is afraid. In the Bhagavatam, there's a shlok that fear personified, even fear personified is afraid of Krishna. And that Krishna, right, from whom fear also is afraid, that Krishna is afraid of his mother Yashoda. Right? Why? Because Krishna had completely accepted this human aspect to show us that he has adopted all of this human aspects. So what Krishna is doing is by accepting these human aspects, showing us how Krishna, who is such a great man, how he is living and what we should be following, how we should be leading our life, how Krishna was always on the side of truth. Today, not a single day goes by where we don't lie. That is the effect of the Kali Yuga. The propensity to cheat someone. Sometimes we see, oh, no one is looking, let me do this, let me take that. And we lie as if there's nothing, right? That is all of the impact of the Kali Yuga. So over here, when Krishna is saying that if he did not perform his prescribed duties, right, because the common man would then just follow Krishna, that Krishna came, performed the Ras Leela, performed these other pastimes. He just enjoyed and he went back. So we also just do that. And what would happen to society? Krishna is saying that if I did not perform my prescribed duties, all of the worlds, they would get destroyed. They would be ruined. So why would they get ruined? Because people would not follow, the common man, all of us would not follow the regulative principles of life. But we will think that Krishna came down, he accepted all of the human aspects, and all he did was just enjoy. So we also should do the same. But Krishna over here is showing by example, right? By performing his duty, leaving Vrindavan, going to Mathura, going to Dwarka, and then becoming a chariot driver for Arjuna. And not only that, giving him the message of the Bhagavad Gita, which then through disciplic succession kept on coming down, and today we have received this message. Otherwise, in this human form, to even learn about Krishna is so difficult. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gyanvan Prapavante. After many, many thousands and millions of births, does one come to learn about Krishna. So, how fortunate are we? Right? How fortunate are we that Krishna has blessed us? He showered his causeless mercy. Without any cause, he has showered his mercy on us, through which we can walk on this path. And remember, this Bhagavad Gita which we are reading today, this is the same Bhagavad Gita that Krishna sung to Arjuna. And Arjuna, who was full completely depressed, completely given up hope. He couldn't even lift up an arrow or a bow to fight. That Arjuna at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, right, came out with so much motivation, so much dedication that I will do this for you, Krishna, because you want me to do this. So similarly, simply by hearing and reading about the hearing and reading the Bhagavad Gita and the explanation from a bona fide spiritual master, our life also we get this daily motivation. Because we all have problems. All of us wish that we can just give up everything we're doing, go sit in a corner, just enjoy life. No responsibility, no accountability, just do whatever we want at any time. But that is not the case. We have a duty. Every person who is born has a duty. And we discussed that topmost duty is to understand who am I, right? The goal of self realization. Today, only in today's satsang, in which Bapuji spoke about the definition of A, B, C, D. We all learn A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, D for dog. But if you look at the spiritual definition, A is arrival, right? Arrival where? Arrival in the mother's womb. Before this, we all were somewhere that we arrived in the mother's womb, right? We were all somewhere. Either we were in heaven, we were in hell, we were in a different body, we don't know. But it's not that we were just we just came for the first time as a soul in our mother's womb. We all arrived from somewhere. And trying to understand that, right? We did not have a choice that I want to go into this mother's womb. Otherwise, all of us would have been fighting to go with the Ambanis or Zuckerberg or Bill Gates or Elon Musk, all of these people, right, to be in their family. So we all had that arrival, A for arrival. Our soul arrived in the mother's womb. We did not have a choice over there. And then B, we took birth from that mother's womb. And then D is for death. We will all die. We will leave this body. And that also will not be our choice. So arrival was not our choice. Based upon our previous karmas, we were given that you will go as a human in this mother's womb. Right? We did not have a choice. Our birth was not our choice. We did not say that I'm not going to come out of my mother's womb and I'm going to stay in my mother's womb for 16 more weeks or for 41 weeks, for 45 weeks. No, right? We did not have a choice. When it was time we came out, we could not control that either. We didn't even know what to do over there. So dark in the mother's womb, we barely have any space to move. So B, our birth, we did not have a choice in that. And D, death, we don't know when death is going to come. We cannot control our death. We cannot say, oh, it's coming today, or, or death, don't come to me today. I'm very busy. I have to finish all this work. I have all these responsibilities. Come to me after 20 years, or 30 years, or 40 years. We cannot say that. So the arrival, the birth, the death is not in our hands. But C is for choice. There's an English saying too that what we are today is just the result of all of the choices we have made since we were born. What all choices? And sometimes we wish we can go back and change the decision or the choice that we made when we had the option. But life, remember, life always teaches us lessons the hard way. And those lessons are very expensive, but the earlier you make them in your life, the better you will be in the future. So, we all have made many mistakes in our past. But now let us consciously make this choice that we will walk on this path to understand our topmost duty of who we are. What is the goal of receiving a human life? If we understand that from the scriptures, then there will be nothing more better for us as a human being. Today, people are lost, they're following anyone blindly. All they want is that for their wishes to be fulfilled. That's all they want. Everyone wants just which Baba, which Maharaj, which Mata can fulfill our wishes. Recently, there was a video. This one lady who was dressed in red, calling herself that she's a devotee of Mata Rani. And it was, I think, during the Navratri time, I'm not sure. But she was dressed in red and she began dancing, and then everybody considered her saint. And then she said, oh, now Mata Aiye. And she started dancing like that. So all of her followers began saying, Mata Aiye, Mata Aiye, Sme and all. That means that that Ma, Durga has come within her, which really is possible because it's not easy to sit and bear that energy in a human body for a regular person. So what did she do after that? When she started dancing like all of that, there was a child, there was a lamb that was alive over there, the child of a goat. She literally took that child of a goat, that lamb, and bit into its neck and started to drink its blood. And her followers are saying that, oh my God, look what is happening. Look at how she's doing this. And they were so impressed by her. But in reality, that is all these days is the effect of Kali Yuga. There is one human being, one person who is claiming to be that I am, that person is the Kalki avatar. And he's telling, everyone is telling, or he or his followers are saying, just keep a picture of this Baba over here in front of you. This is the Kalki avatar and pray to him. Right? So these days we are so lost that we are following anyone. If someone comes and tells us that, I had nothing in my life before, I was so poor, I had no house, no cars, I was living in poverty. But after I went to this Maharaj over here, oh my God, you will not believe how my life changed. Today I have businesses, I have many houses, I have real estate properties everywhere. I have unlimited cars like this, unlimited money flowing, and it's all because of him. So when they see us that we are suffering with something, we have some health problem or some money problem or any other problem, right? They come and tell us that you also should go over here. But are we going there to just solve one small problem of our life, to make this life successful? Or are we wasting our human birth by going over there? Because remember, they may make our life successful, but our human birth to make that successful is in our hands by surrendering to Krishna. And Krishna will test us. Krishna himself says that if you believe in some demigod, I will make your um, your mind so strong that you will not be able to look anywhere else apart from the demigod. I will attach you so much to him, right? So let's not all fall for all these traps in the Kali Yuga. Let us understand simply that who is God? There's only one God, Krishna. Everyone else is a demigod. Everyone else is working for Krishna. In fact, when a human being chants Krishna's name, worships Krishna, bows down to him, right? The demigods become very happy because they say that this human is making their birth successful, and that's what we should do. So with that, we'll end here today, and then we'll continue again on Monday. Before we end, we'll chant together Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Bihari Lal Ki Jai. निताय गौर हरि बोल जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री